You will reap what you sow, guaranteed. For those of you who are new here, my name is Marnie Grundman. I am the survivor of a mother who is a sociopath and a narcissist. I've been no contact with her for well over 30 years, long before the internet, because we know certain people like to blame the internet. Let's get into this, shall we? If there were any truth to that, any at all, how is it my mother, who threw her own little girl, me, hello, when I was about 5 or 6 years old, out of a 2-story window, almost unaliving me, how is it she's just walking around like nothing's happened? How is she not reaping what she sowed? And what is it that I did as a small child to deserve being abused the way that I was? Not just by her, by also other people I was pre-groomed for. What was it that I did that was what I should sow? like getting what I deserve. What was my action? What was my activity in that part to have that happen? And how is it my mother could commit so many crimes, not just against me, her own little girl, but actual other crimes too outside of that, like scams and frauds? And she's walking around like nothing happened. Oh, or do you mean that because I broke the cycle of abuse and I decided that I was not deserving of relationships with people who didn't treat me with love and kindness and care, so I determined that I needed to walk away? And really I did it because when my children were very young, 2 of them, my mother was already beginning the cycle of abuse on them. She was creating a golden child situation for my daughter and a scapegoat child situation for my son. They were around the ages of 2.5 to 3 and 5, 6 when I went no contact. And I actually did it to protect them because I didn't know that I deserved protection. I just wasn't going to allow it to happen to them. So do you mean because I went no contact with my mother that my children would do the same to me? Well, you're not completely wrong. At some point in time, I have been estranged from my children for a variety of different reasons. Mostly my fault because I'm the one who built the relationship with them. And I say mostly because with my youngest daughter, it was more situational. So there were other factors involved there, and it wasn't like a no contact, no contact. My eldest daughter, however, was not speaking to me. My son at some point in time as well, and that's 100% on me. So maybe I did reap what I sowed, or not, because here's the end result of that. Because I went to therapy, because I acknowledged what I did, because I took ownership without excuse, something my mother will never do in her lifetime. I have beautiful, loving, close relationships with my children and my grandchildren. You will reap what you sow. Is that a threat? Like, what drives you to come onto a child abuse survivor's platform and say something like this? It really says a lot about you. A lot. It shows your lack of empathy and understanding to the fact that family dynamics, narcissistic family systems, child abuse isn't about you reap what you sow and you need to forgive and all of these different things. It's about a dysfunction that needs to be broken. And unfortunately, if the people who are the perpetrators don't want to do any better, and if the people in the family system choose to stand with the perpetrators, it falls to guess who? The kids who were actually abused to grow up. It falls to us to take the responsibility to break the cycles, to create a better family system in the future. Funny how everything always felt to us. We were at fault for the abuse. This kind of stuff, I kind of feel like you have that sort of thinking. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. It falls to the kids, and then we grow up and we're dysfunctional in life and we're these horrible people. And look, you can't blame your mother forever. We go through that phase. And then eventually when we go, okay, I'm not going to hold her accountable forever. I'm not going to blame her. It's accountability, really, what we're talking about. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk away and I'm going to take accountability for my life. And when we do, that's still a problem. But you know what? That's a you problem. It's not a me problem. I am very blessed to have the children that I have, the chosen family that I have, that my friends are my family. I wish I had been blessed with a family of origin where I wouldn't have to be talking about this right now and engaging with people like you. But that didn't happen. And that wasn't my fault.